Welcome to Solve It Like a Marketer and to a new playlist that I am introducing, Marketing Terms A to Z. Now, this is something that I'm going to chip away at periodically, but I thought it might be useful for you to have a quick reference guide of commonly used marketing terminology. Today's letter is W for word of mouth marketing. As always, please subscribe and hit that bell to be notified of new episodes every week. Don't go away. Now, we are exposed to word-of-mouth marketing when we learn about a new product or a brand through, say, a friend, family, or through social networks. And this information transfer can be organic, word of mouth, or encouraged by a company, word-of-mouth marketing. So to clearly define, we have word of mouth, as I've mentioned, WOMM, which is for short, which is the organic transfer of information about a product or brand between customers with each other, customer to customer. We have word of mouth marketing, WOMM, and this is a tactic companies use to encourage the communication of information between customers. Of course, they encourage positive communications about their product or service. In actuality, of course, there's a thin line between organic word of mouth and word of mouth marketing, since word of mouth often occurs when customers are satisfied with a product or service, which happens only after that they've made a purchase. Again, let's break down this word-of-mouth marketing into four groups. We have positive word-of-mouth, PWOM. So again, it's a positive sentiment towards a brand or product. And it occurs, of course, when they're satisfied and they recommend it to others. Flip side, we have negative WOM, NWOM. And of course, this occurs when customers have had a bad experience or are dissatisfied. Traditional word of mouth, TWOM, so again, generated through oral communication. And then electronic word of mouth, EWOM. So, typically we think of social media, for instance, as being the number one form for EWOM. If you can really generate that momentum, then you don't have to spend any money on ad spends. Word of mouth is a powerful tool, so it can increase sales. It's also scalable. So once you get that ball rolling, you can collaborate, for instance, with influencers or, people within your industry that, for instance, on social media may have a lot of followings. The trick is, of course, to get a lot of positive reviews and testimonials. That's the key. Some of the other tactics you can use is you can create a referral program. Again, collaborate with influencers. Encourage user-generated content. Now, this is very important. With the advent of social media, of course, growing our marketing is not, again, the old methodology. So it's not one way, it's two-way. So again, with social media, it's a two-way dialogue. And if you can get your followers to actually not only like, but engage and share your content and contribute to your content, this is going to be very, very powerful because, again, it's a type of testimonial. They are giving their stamp of approval to your product or service. And finally, you could do freebies or giveaways. Now, one interesting example of word of mouth is actually Netflix. Now, obviously, with Netflix, we don't traditionally interact with the platform, right? We're not posting comments. In theory, people aren't seeing what we watch, but they do use a very sophisticated behavioral analysis algorithm in order to track what you're viewing and then recommend to you. So the more satisfied you are, the more you're going to stay on the platform, the more content you're going to watch, and then potentially recommend to other people. You know what? Personally, even when I chat with my clients on Zoom, we may talk about Netflix, and we talk about what's the latest show that that we may be watching. And again, this is a part of word of mouth. And if there is alignment there, so for instance, if Netflix knows that I like detective type shows, it's going to keep recommending those to me, and then potentially I may go on and recommend those to my client or to friends. Another example is the company Lush. Now, this is a very good example of a company that supports social causes and really gets people talking about the business. So they do a lot of work within non-cruelty to animals with regards to beauty products. It also fights for different social causes, mentioning, for instance, fair trade, animal welfare, and anti-fracking. So this is also a very interesting slant. So your business, say, it could be even in finance or banking, dare I say, but if you show that you care about the environment, for instance, and that you have different groups or different meetups or different social media posts about the environment, then you're going to create a conversation around that particular topic. And this, again, will link back to your brand. Now, I do caution that you don't want to greenwash. So in this particular arena, say even in social good or environmental issues, you don't want to talk about these things if you don't actually care, or you're not looking to make a difference. So again, beware of companies that are talking about, and actually I can say some big banks do talk about this. They talk about protecting the environment, but then they may give to oil companies, for instance, or support oil companies. So actually, as a consumer, beware. But as a company owner, say if you're a small or medium-sized business, this is a really great way to go. Think about a social issue that you care about, and then make that part of your social media strategy. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and please share so that others can also enjoy my videos. If there's a marketing term that you'd like me to cover, please mention it in the comments below. You can also buy me a coffee for those long nights researching and writing these episodes. Social media, you can catch me on Instagram and Facebook for extra content. Never miss an episode, or do connect with me on LinkedIn. I will see you weekly with a new video, so please stay tuned, and together, let's solve it like a marketer.